Hey guys, welcome back to Simple Living Homestead, and welcome to the first edition of my Sunday series that is called Sunday Conversations. I wanted to do this on a Sunday and just have different sit down topics to do during the week. And everything. Excuse me, I have on no makeup today. I have on like just a sundress and no makeup. I don't do a lot on Sundays. I usually try to, I feed animals and stuff like that, but Sundays is kind of a rest day for me. I usually get up and listen to church service online if I don't end up going to church service, and just kind of chill for the day, kind of relax and regroup. And it's something that I have to do because of my physical issues that I have. But anyway, I hope everyone has had a really, really great weekend. It's been a good weekend for us. We actually spent the afternoon yesterday at a little local Harvest Day festival here in our little town, and really just had fun with that. And just seeing all the fall stuff. It's fall, but here in the South, it's still 95 degrees. I'm seeing all these people on Instagram talking about they got snow yesterday, and I'm going, man, I wish I had some snow. I know Idaho got some snow, and I know parts of Washington, and I know Canada, and I think Montana got some snow. Believe it or not, Idaho is a place that me and my husband would both love to relocate to. But anyway, without further ado, let's just get to the topic. Today's topic is about why I homestead, or why I want to homestead. This was actually an Instagram tag a week or so ago, and I decided, I was like, that would make a really, really great YouTube video as well. So I'm going to share with you why I want to homestead. Reason number one is to grow my own food. Because one thing about it is, if I'm growing my own food, I know what's going into processing that food. I know that there's no pesticides on my food. I know with canning my food what's going into when I'm into the jars when I'm preserving my food. And I really want to get away from having to buy all the processed foods, which would also save me money on my grocery list. God, I look a hot mess today, guys. So that is, Paulo, get down, leave the kitty alone. Kitty don't want to play. Get down. I have a big German Shepherd, and he likes to play with the cats, and this particular cat doesn't like to play. And another reason why we want to homestead, besides growing our own food, is raising our own food. Because if we're raising our own food, then, we know what we're feeding that animal, and we know what they're ingesting and everything. And we know that, if we're raising our own meat chickens, that they're not coming from a big chicken mill and unsanitary living conditions. Another reason is I feel like is to be healthier. And I know that might sound weird, but with homesteading, you pretty much, a lot of homesteaders, and I'm one who, you look more, since I've gotten into this journey, I've been looking more at like natural remedies for stuff, instead of just when I get sick running to the doctor, and trying to cut out a lot of the medicine that I put into my body, because all of those, they have chemicals in them, and there are adverse effects for all those medicines. And I'm one, I can't take certain medicines because of those effects, which makes it hard with my health issues. But, so I've tried to research and rely heavily on natural remedies, because, when you get sick with a cold, there's natural remedies you can do at home instead of having to run to the doctor and get this antibiotic and that medication. in the wintertime, I rely a lot on elderberry syrup. And, I do that regularly because I have a low immune system, and that helps boost my immune system so that I don't stay sick all winter long. And if I do pick up something here and there, as soon as I start it, I start the elderberry, and I do it, more often to kind of knock it out of my system. So, that's something we've been working on is, more, I guess, homeopathic remedies for stuff. So that we don't have all these chemicals going into our bodies. And honest to God, since we've started this journey, I feel a lot better than I did. I mean, I know I'm not 100%. I still can't go and work like a full-time 10, 12-hour day job, but I do feel better than what I was doing. It's been amazing to me, just the difference this lifestyle has made in my life and my family's life as well. And I guess one of the second biggest reasons for me to homestead is simplicity. It's the simplicity of it. I grew up really simple. My dad was disabled, and my mom didn't work outside the home. She was home taking care of him. And and growing up, we didn't have all these big fancy electronics and the fancy vehicle. We didn't have a vehicle, and we didn't live in a fancy house, single wide, and and I was content with that. Yes, I had kids at school that would make fun of me because I had on hand-me-downs, and I didn't wear the latest, greatest clothing, but it didn't bother me. I was content. I enjoyed outside, playing in the mud, playing outside, riding my bike, and then I guess as I got older, it kind of changed. And and then you get older and you get married, you have your own kids, and you're like, what? I want to live a different lifestyle than that. I want to do better, and I still want to do better. But and I'm not gonna say we live in a fancy. I've lived in a fancy house. We lived in a 5-bedroom house in a nice neighborhood when we lived in Colorado. And when we moved back to South Carolina, we ended up in a double wide, and it's not a rundown double wide. It was nice when we it was not a bad double wide. I mean, yeah, we're to a point now where, as any mobile home, it appreciates, and we need to do some upgrades and repairs to it, which is a lot of projects we have on the list for the winter right now. But I've been there, and the fancy car, and and getting your nails done every week, and your hair colored all the time, and makeup every day, and the fancy expensive clothes. I've been there. I've done it. And I don't know what shifted, but I think a lot of it, when I had to leave my job outside the homestead about 3.5 years ago, I think my mindset just sort of changed, because I guess I was home and I had more time to think about it. It was like, excuse me, I miss simplicity, and wanted to get back to that. And we've been working recently to get back to being just simple. And that's one thing I like about this homestead. It is simple. It's simplicity. And I'm not saying you have to go live in a rundown house or anything like that. It's up to you, whatever you're comfortable with, because whatever dwelling you have, it doesn't matter as long as you're happy, and it's whatever works for you. And that's homesteading. It's whatever works for you, what you are comfortable doing. And that's my opinion of it. And I know everybody has a different opinion of homesteading, and but I believe you can homestead no matter where you're at. We have about a little over an acre of land. I don't have a whole bunch of land, but I can homestead on my land. And even though we're in this trailer, this mobile home, it's a double wide, we're upgrading it, yes. And the main reason for that is I do like for the inside to look nice. It's going to be nothing fancy, nothing expensive, or anything like that. But, you have to keep it from falling through and depreciating. And that's just mobile home life. But I like simplicity, and I'm getting more back to that. I'll be honest. As you can tell, I've got gray hair showing up in here, and I'm due for color. I color my own hair at home now. I don't go to the salon to get it done. So it might happen once every 3 or 4 months, and I'm way past due. And you'll see, I do not put makeup on every day. I do not buy fancy makeup. I usually go buy whatever I can get at the dollar store, drugstore. I don't get my nails done all the time anymore. Right now they're plain. If you do see me with my nails looking good, it's either I painted them or they're press-on nails. And that's a rare occasion. I don't go get them done all the time anymore. And most of my clothing, I'll be honest, does not come from the expensive outlets and boutiques. Most of my clothing comes from either a consignment store that we have locally, or Goodwill, or Walmart. I will go to Walmart, and I love Ross, but I don't buy a lot of clothes. I just don't. But I don't know. I love just being simple and being out in the country, away from the hustle and bustle, and just living, a slower lifestyle. Get down, Apollo, and leave the kitty alone. I don't mind the fact that, things are so, it's just quiet and peaceful here, and, I don't have to worry about keeping up with the Joneses and all that stuff. And I guess a big reason, my number one reason is I think I was just, come here, Apollo, come here, baby, made for this lifestyle because, like I said, when I grew up, we did grow up simple. We had a garden every year. Mama would, I helped work in the garden. I helped gather vegetables, and Mom and Daddy, they would freeze them. That Mom and Mama didn't can. My grandma can, but my mama didn't. And what was left after they got what they needed, they would, supply to their neighbors and everything. My grandma, I remember being little and her having a garden and having chickens and pigs, and living in an older home, a really old home, and having, a wood stove and, another family that way. And I miss those days. I do. As a matter of fact, I've already told my husband I would love to put a wood stove in this mobile home. And I think maybe by next year I may just get that done. I'm not going to say I'd use it all the time, but I would love to have one. And I just love that front. It's, I don't know. I'm fascinated, and I just love and respect the generation of people that lived in the 1800s and the 1900s, and how they were able to live off their lands and grow their own food. And so to me, I look at homesteading as not just a way of life and a way of living. I also look at it as a mindset, because to me, you have to change your mindset. And I think to me, that's the way I look at it. And I love the fact that Apollo, leave the cat alone. Sorry, guys. And I also love the, the fact that we can work together as a family to do this and to accomplish the goals, and to, stock the freezer and stock the pantry. And I love it. I just love it, and to me, being able to spend time in the garden is peaceful, it's relaxing, and it's something that I enjoy. And I enjoy the farm animals as well, to be able to watch them and interact with them. I love it. And, and so to me, it's just peace. This lifestyle is just peaceful and relaxing to me. And I know all what I've just said is probably a bunch of rumble jumbo, but those are my reasons cat alert. He's trying to get away from the doggy. He wants to play. But I wanted to do this, and this is one that I didn't just I tried typing it out and it still didn't make any sense because I don't know how to put it into words. But I don't know. The homesteading community is a wonderful community to be a part of, and I've met a lot of people on this journey. I'm still meeting new people via YouTube and Instagram and even locally to me, and we're wanting to get to where we are more self-sufficient. I want to get to a point where I'm growing, my own, or not just cooking herbs, but medicinal herbs, and making my own tinctures and stuff like that. And, and I'll get there, That's one thing with homesteading is you don't have to do everything all at once. You can take baby steps, whatever you're comfortable with and whatever you can do to get to where you want to be. And I have to say, I love this journey. I'm happy to be on this journey. And I'm excited to see where this journey takes us. And I'm excited to have you guys come along with us on this journey. The beginning of the homesteading journey, it's not an easy journey, and it's a lot of hard work. And I know for some it's harder on some than others. For us it's been difficult. One, because my husband does work off the homestead, and two, I have my mom here I take care of, who's elderly, and has some issues, and then I have my own physical issues that does limit what and how much I can do without my husband being here, and especially with setting up the pens and stuff. Once that's all finished setting up and everything the way we want it, it'll make it easier on me. So for us, that's why it's slow going for us, because with him working off the homestead so many days a week, 7 days a week actually, he only has the evening. So we have to start a project and do a little bit this day, do a little bit that day, plus our regular stuff. And, and we also have our t-shirt and craft business we're trying to get up and going as well. And so, it's hard. And it's even harder when you have physical disabilities. But regardless of why you homestead and regardless of what challenges you may face, you can do it. You just have to stick to it and be positive and just work at it. But anyway, I'm mumbling and I'm going to go. I don't want to bore y'all too much, and I don't want to make this a long video. But anyway, if you would like to share why you homestead, and why you want to live a homesteading lifestyle, please comment down below. I would love to see your comments. Also, if there's any topic that you would like for me to talk about on Sundays, you can also comment those down below as well, or you can feel free to email me or private message me on either Facebook or Instagram, and I would love to see have any suggestions that you have about topics that you would like to have discussed on Sundays. Hopefully, I don't know how many videos will be up next week. Like I said, I'm just starting to build up this channel, and I really have got to get it out there. I want to build up some videos, and then I'll start publishing it like on Facebook and YouTube and stuff to kind of get people over and try to get more subscribers in. But I know I've got some projects going on this week I may film. I'm pretty sure this week is not going to be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos. I doubt it. I could be wrong about that, but I doubt it. Right now I'm trying to get into the rhythm of things, of working towards that schedule. But we'll see how that goes. And of course the Sunday videos. But I'll work on getting my schedule done and recording. A lot of that is right now I'm still in the house, and we do have we went yesterday and looked at some buildings for to have office space, sheds, and we found one that we liked. that's very reasonable. And I'm hoping that we are going to be doing that this week. If we do, I may film that and definitely film them setting it up and everything, because I think it's helpful. This is a shed that, right now we're doing it for office space to be able to work on our t-shirts and my craft business. But if all that was to flop, it's also a building that we could convert to living space, and which is something I would really love to have. But for right now, this is office space, and I will take you along with us as that gets set up, and eventually I will give you a tour of the office once it's officially set up the way we actually want it, one step at a time. But I'll take you along for that little journey. But and we're gonna be, I think we got some cool days coming up at the end of the week too, and we're going to work on, I think, getting the garden space together and getting some fall garden stuff in, so hopefully I can get that videoed as well and uploaded. So anyway, until next time, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.